Hey, grade 10. Hope you had a great Easter and that all is well with your families and yourselves, of course. Looks like everyone's staying on top of their assignments, so keep that up. The deadline to um, opportunity to submit has passed. That was yesterday. So it was flooded with assignments yesterday. So thank you for that. I've got some marking to do now. And I'll get those marked as soon as I can. I have quite a few grade 12 assignments to do as well. Looking at the totals, I have a total of 61 students, I believe, and each of them are submitting in multiple assignments. So please bear with me on that one. And of course, they vary from projects to essays and stuff like that. So the videos that are posted on Google Classroom are also available on my YouTube channel, and it's entitled Heskin ELA. And so if you want to watch the A10 videos in its entirety without having to click through all the posts, I guess, on Google Classroom, you can certainly do that. And but of course, they are available on Google Classroom. This is meeting number 6 on April 16th. And so just wanted to touch base, keep you up to date. Reminder that deadline 3 ends on April 30th. And so you can get your stuff in sooner, of course, and free yourself some time to do other things, of course. Maybe you can get started on deadline 4. And so deadline 4 is Ender's Game, and just going to be teaching that according to the way the book, our course outline booklet is set up. So we're going to talk about the themes. I'll have separate videos for each theme. There are 6 of them, I believe, and 7 themes. And so there'll be 7 videos for that, and they might be broken up into parts, just so keep that in mind, because I'm limited on time for YouTube. I can't go past 14 minutes on the basic service, so so expect possible part 1, part 2 videos for that one, and it'll be quite intensive in regards to because there's a lot of things happening in Ender's Game, but once we get an understanding what those themes are, then of course when you go and read it, you'll understand why that world is the way it is, and what challenges Ender Wiggins faces as he moves up the ranks in battle school and so on and so forth. So the projects for your novel, I Heard the Owl Call My Name. Some of you are doing other novels, and it's too late to change on that one, unless you are having some challenges with I Heard the Owl Call My Name. But it's pretty straightforward. The novel, you only have those questions answered, plus of course the summaries and the project to go along with it. If you're doing visual written, those two have to go together in order to get your full mark. If you're doing a major project, you have those 3 questions: why you did what you did, how did it help you understand the text, and where'd you get it from. Be sure that your questions, or the answers to those questions, when you take a picture of your project, the responses matches what you have in the project, so or in the picture that you're going to send to me through an attachment. So when I look at that image, I had this case with a grade 12 student where we had the picture of the project and it was done very well, just didn't understand the connection between what was written in the 3 questions as responses and what was being presented in the project. So I asked the student to resubmit, and so I haven't checked it over yet, but in first glance, it looks like it has been done. So be sure you keep your audience in mind when you're doing these projects, because this is your understanding or comprehension of the text. So what was it about the novel, the themes, the characters that helped you understand what this whole novel was all about? And your project should reflect that, or your visual written and written project should reflect that. So you're going to help me understand that. Okay, so assume I haven't read the book, and especially the ones that have chosen to do other books. I've, of course, approved it because we've discussed it, and I asked you about that earlier on. And so I don't want you changing novels this late in the game. Especially with there's only one full week of April left, week and a half maybe. So it's to help you out and minimize the stress levels that you may be experiencing. It would be wise to stick with what you have, do the best you can on it, and trust yourself as well. And we'll get through this together. So let's finish up at deadline 3 to the best of your ability. Don't forget you have Yoda quotes to submit. There's the stereotype PowerPoint. The ones that weren't present that last week of school, we did that during school to keep everybody focused during that transition. So everything's posted on Google Classroom. It's pretty straightforward. It's a PowerPoint. You have the questions of the slides. You answer those first. Then you have the 5-paragraph essay. And it's only 5 paragraphs. And the questions that are being asked of you for each paragraph, that's what you respond to. And then you can incorporate what you learned from the PowerPoint presentation, or you incorporate some of the stereotypes that you've experienced in your own life or what you see in society as well. And it's 5 paragraphs, not very long. You're probably looking at, for typed, probably no more than 1 page for sure. So keep that in mind. Be sure that you are keeping your audience in mind when you write, because in order for me to understand what you're sharing, of course, you need to understand that I need to know where you're going with your ideas, what correlations, connections, validations you're making, and those validations are from the PowerPoint itself or from, say, some experiences you've had, and so you just articulate that appropriately in your 5-paragraph essay. You do not have to do any research for this. Now, some students have been doing that, and they've provided an MLA8 site works cited page. Sorry, you're going to have to do that if you decide to step beyond the PowerPoint itself and your own experiences, and you're using articles or whatever. So be sure that you are citing accordingly and appropriately in text, and of course the works cited. And also a reminder about the indentations for second and third lines of your works cited. Some people have forgotten to do that. Look at the examples in the course outline booklet that I've provided you. That is your way of, or that's your guide to success when it comes to referencing. So please utilize that course outline booklet next year in grade 11 and beyond, because it's a helpful guide. It'll get you through your high school years, and of course then in post-secondary there's MLA8 and APA and Chicago all listed there. So especially on the lib guide, so it's available for you, one-stop shopping. Okay. The checklist I presented at the beginning of the course when the supplemental learning began, it's all listed there, so please follow that. And reminder that deadline 4 is straight Ender's Game. That's all we're doing, because there's a lot of different components. We have some assignments to do in themes. We have assignments to do per chapter, and then we have chapter summaries, and we have the projects. Okay. Regarding TED Talks and deadline 5, still trying to figure out how we're going to do that, but I believe right now this is tentative, that probably just be looking at what I've been doing for these courses, and it'd be just recording yourself, and you can use Zoom for that, and you can even lock the meeting that you create so that it's just you, and so you record and do your presentation, look into the camera, and pretend there's an audience there, so you can use eye contact, and you can scan the room like I'm doing right now, and just give that impression that you are talking to an audience, and you can do this all by yourself. And that'll give you an idea of whether or not you can connect to your audience appropriately. It doesn't give you the full experience of what it would be like in front of an actual audience, but at least gives you an opportunity to practice your skills speaking and presenting as well. So each video I've been doing, I'm getting better at it. There are still little oopsies and stuff like that, but that's part of the process of learning this new approach, and so practice makes perfect. Okay, so if you have any questions, give me a shout. Regular classes continue on April 20th, but I just wanted to give you a little update during this time, because I had some time before I get to some house cleaning. Fun. Okay, so take care of yourselves. Hope all's well with your family, and be safe.